thought it smelled sweaty. It's because you came back, huh?
I'll take shower right away.
The bathroom will smell bad, so clean it until the smell disappears.
I'm Tsubasa Sato, 28 years old. After graduating from high school, I became a roofer. This foul-mouthed woman is Kaori, my younger brother Yuma's wife. My brother and his wife live with my parents.
So, you're a roofer, huh? Isn't it tough?
I'm used to it now, so it's not that bad.
Ugh, it's been scorching hot. So make sure to drink plenty of fluids and avoid heat stroke.
I will. Yuma, I'm glad you met a good person. Before marrying Yuma, Kaori was kind to me too. But after marriage, she started showing her true colors only in front of me. The reason is simple. Because I'm a roofer. After taking a shower, I return to the living room and Kaori is standing there. Kaori stares at my face.
Move out, you bottom feeder.
Fine. I'll move out. I was planning to live with my parents a little longer, but I guess this is the right time.
Tell everyone that you decided to move out on your own.
My parents and Yuma are surprised by my words. Nii-chan, are you moving out because you're worried about me and Kaori living here? No, I just think it's time for me to become independent.
I'll miss you when you're gone.
Yeah, Tsubasa. Feel free to come and visit us anytime. Yeah, thanks.
It's infuriating, isn't it? That Kaori kicking her own brother-in-law out of the house.
On the way back to the office, I complained to Ayaka, who is the daughter of my boss and my girlfriend.
If only Tsubasa's parents and Yuma knew Kaori's true nature.
Well, it was good to move out anyway. It's tough to be mocked by Kaori all the time. I need to find an apartment soon.
Wait a minute, I have an idea.
I met Ayaka 10 years ago. Back in high school, I rarely attended classes and hung out with delinquent friends. After graduating from high school, I joined the roofing job where education is not required. Boss, Tsubasa never listens to us. Shouldn't we fire such a problematic kid? We're short-handed, so can you give him a little more time? He promised not to fight anymore. If you say so. Unable to fit in with my colleagues, I stood out alone. During a break, Ayaka comes over with coffee.
Tsubasa, I brought you some coffee. Let's drink together.
Ayaka, thanks.
I hope you can get along with your colleagues soon.
I don't need to get along with them. While the roofing crew avoids me, Ayaka is the only one who always talks to me. When I started to like Ayaka little by little, an incident occurred. After finishing work, two delinquents approached Ayaka, who was resting alone in the park. Hey, you're Tsubasa's girl, right? Let's kidnap her and lure Tsubasa out.
No, stop! If you kidnap me, do you know what will happen to you later?
What a feisty girl.
No, let go of me!
This voice? Ayaka? I happened to hear her voice on my way back from a convenience store. I still think I was really lucky. What are you guys doing to Ayaka? Oh no, he showed up! Let go of her! Who's gonna listen to you? Try moving. I don't care what happens to this girl. Ew! No way! The moment I thought something bad might happen to Ayaka, my body moved on its own.
Tsubasa, that's enough! Stop!
The next thing I realized, I was beating up the two delinquents. Finally, hearing Ayaka's desperate plea, I managed to stop myself. What happened, Tsubasa? Didn't you promise not to fight? After the delinquents escaped and some time passed, the boss, alerted by the commotion, hurriedly arrived with a stern expression.
Tsubasa saved me when I was about to be kidnapped by delinquents.
I heard you were almost kidnapped because of Tsubasa. The boss shouts and slaps my cheek hard, and I fall to the ground. If this happens again, you are fired. By my side, Ayaka sobs.
I'm sorry. Did it hurt? It's not your fault.
It's definitely my fault that you were put in danger. I'm sorry for scaring you. I'll quit being a delinquent from now on. I squeeze Ayaka's hand tightly and make a promise, and Ayaka nods while crying. Since that day, I became more devoted to my work. Being a roofer is all about teamwork. You finally understand that, huh? Yes, I'm sorry for causing you trouble until now. As long as you get it now, no problem. I'm counting on you from now on. Little by little, I gained trust from my colleagues and found a sense of fulfillment in my work. After finishing work, Ayaka brings me iced coffee. For some reason, she looks shy.
Tsubasa, good job. Here's your iced coffee. I like you, Tsubasa. Will you go out with me?
Ayaka, who is usually cheerful, confesses to me with a bright red face. Oh, I like you too, Ayaka. I embraced her and vowed to work harder to get the boss's approval for a relationship. Aren't you guys lovely? Did you get approval from your boss for marriage? While taking a lunch break with Ayaka, my colleague teased us.
No, my dad's stubborn.
Tsubasa has really changed in the past 5 years. I think it's about time the boss accepted your marriage.
Since my mom passed away when I was in grade 4, my dad raised me all by himself. He dotes on me and said he would only let me marry the best man.
Whether he overheard our conversation or not, the boss approached us. There's no way Tsubasa could be with Ayaka! Tsubasa is working hard and even the newcomers look up to him. Enough! Tsubasa will not be with Ayaka! The boss gets angry and walks away. I wonder when the boss will allow me to marry Ayaka. Damn, they're gossiping about me. I won't let Ayaka marry anytime soon. Ayaka was comforting me by stroking my back. When I was looking for an apartment after I got kicked out, Ayaka said she had an idea.
Tsubasa, what if you stay at my place?
That would be helpful, but there's no way the boss would allow it.
Let's go together and plead him. Don't worry, I have a good plan.
What? I think it's absolutely impossible. Ayaka and I went to the Kitagami family's house together and bowed our heads to the boss. I got kicked out of my house, so could I stay at your place for a while?
Dad, please!
Why do I have to let Tsubasa stay at my house?
If you won't allow it, I'll rent an apartment and live together with him.
That's even worse! Alright, Tsubasa. You can live in this house. Just for a while. A good plan. I see. That's what she meant. Boss, thank you very much.
Dad, thank you!
Huh. Just for a bit while, okay? Tsubasa, if you lay a hand on Ayaka, I won't forgive you. I know, sir. And so, with the boss's permission, I became a freeloader at his house. And so, the life as a freeloader began. Just as we were getting cozy in Ayaka's room, the boss suddenly opened the door and entered. Hey, Tsubasa! Get away from Ayaka! Huh? Oh! Tsubasa!
Tsubasa-san!
Startled, I slipped and accidentally dove into the boss's chest, and he pushed me away with all his might. I always get scolded by the boss, but I never neglect my efforts to earn his approval. Boss, would you like a massage? Yeah, thanks. Tsubasa, are you angry that I won't allow you to marry Ayaka? No, I'll work hard to become a man worthy of Ayaka and earn your approval, sir. I see. And one day, I received a call from my younger brother, Yuma. Ni-chan, I miss you since you left home. Where are you now? I'm in an apartment. Don't worry, I eat properly and keep the place clean. Well, that's good to hear. How about your job? It's tough, but it's fulfilling. Yuma seemed relieved and told me that my family was doing well, then hung up the phone. It's been 2 months since I started freeloading at the boss's house.
I feel like Dad might allow us to get married now.
You think? It's true that he has become a little kinder to me.
You think so too? Now might be the chance.
I feel like I'll get punched if I ask for Ayaka's hand. And on our day off, Ayaka and I dressed up and entered the boss's room, bowing our heads. Boss, please let Ayaka and I get married. The boss kept his eyes closed for a while. Then, he opened them and stared at me and Ayaka. I dote on Ayaka, so I ended up being excessively strict on you. Sorry. I approve of the marriage, Tsubasa, and I want you to succeed in my business eventually. Understood. I'll do my best. A year and a half after getting approval to marry, when I left the boss's house for summer errands, I happened to encounter Kaori.
You said you were living in an apartment, but you're freeloading at your boss's house, aren't you? With the low wages from your job, you can't even afford an apartment, huh?
Ayaka burst into laughter. No, this is... I tried to explain, but before I could do that, she gave me a contemptuous look and walked away. 3 months have passed since the day I encountered Kaori, and yesterday, I received a call from Yuma. Ni-chan, I have something important to discuss. Can we meet soon? Sure. I have a day off the day after tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you around 10 in the morning the day after tomorrow. Should I go to your boss's house? No, I want you to come here. The address is... I told Yuma the address, and I felt that his voice on the phone was different from usual. As promised, Yuma came with Kaori in the morning at 10. Long time no see, Ni-chan. Yuma, it's been a while. So you're with Kaori too, huh?
What's wrong with that? Is it a problem if I'm here?
It seems like I unintentionally made a displeased face when I looked at her. But if it were the usual Kaori, she wouldn't talk like that in front of Yuma. Did something happen between them? Yuma stared sharply at Kaori's face. Yuma, Kaori, we can't just stand here and chat. I'll guide you to my house.
By house, you mean the boss's house where you're freeloading, right?
It's because Kaori kicked you out. I'm sorry. Yuma looks sorry. No, I have my house, so I live there now. I led Yuma and Kaori to the living room of my new house. Ayaka brings cake and coffee. Yuma looked surprised, while Kaori looked at me and Ayaka with a displeased face.
Why are you living in such a luxurious mansion? Thanks to you.
Ayaka replied with a smile to Kaori's foul mouth.
You kicked Tsubasa out, so he ended up staying with us. I was worried because my father was strict with Tsubasa, but he treated my father well. And my father approved our marriage. But explain why you get to live in such a mansion.
Kaori exploded with anger, not hiding her frustration. Kaori, you came here today to apologize to Ni-chan, right? Yuma, who is usually quiet, raised his voice.
Ugh, I know.
We came here today to apologize that Kaori kicked you out. Because I heard from Kaori that you were freeloading at your boss's house. But that wasn't the case, was it? Yuma looks relieved. We also smiled at Yuma. Ayaka and I saved money for many years to build a house. That's why I used to stay with our parents' house and hardly bought any clothes. I see. When my boss found that out, he introduced us to good construction companies and contractors. So we were able to build this house at a lower cost than planned. Ni-chan, I'm happy for you. It's thanks to Ayaka that my delinquent Ni-chan has changed. Thank you, Ayaka.
Tsubasa also saved me a lot, so it's nothing.
Ayaka's cheeks turned bright red, and Kaori gave me a sharp look.
Hey, let's sell that old family home and build a mansion too.
Kaori snuggles up to Yuma. There's no way we can do that. My parents built that house.
I'm sure they want to live in a mansion too.
You insulted Ni-chan for being a roofer and drove him out of the house. But now you got jealous once you found out that he lives in a mansion. I didn't think you were that kind of woman. Kaori glares at Yuma without yielding to his anger.
Ugh! I married you because you work for a big trading company, and yet it's your roofer brother who gets to live in a mansion. It's the worst.
Don't insult my brother!
Ugh, I'm sick of your excessive brotherly love. I'm leaving.
Kaori spits out a parting remark and leaves. I've always wanted to tell you her true colors, but after you got married, you had a lot of stress from work, right? That's why I couldn't tell you. No, I should have noticed her true nature sooner.
It's difficult to see through her true nature, though. She had a thick skin.
She showed her true colors to me only after you got married. Before then, even I thought she was a good person. So, Yuma, don't worry.
The coffee will get cold. And I made this cake myself. I would like you to try it.
Her cakes are delicious, you know. Thank you. Yuma still seemed frustrated. However, thanks to us venting our frustrations together, Yuma returned to his usual self by the time he left. It has been 6 months since we moved to our new house. Today, Yuma is visiting us. Ni-chan, Ayaka-san, I divorced Kaori. I could never get along with a condescending woman like her. Apparently, after her divorce, she was deceived by a man she met on a dating app and lost all her money. She moved back to her parents' house. Yuma said so with a composed face. I see. I think it's a good thing you divorced her. Next, I'll find a wonderful person like Ayaka-san.
Huh? Me?
I'm sure you'll find a good lady like Ayaka. We plan to have a wedding party at a restaurant next month. I hope you'll come, Yuma.
We spent all our money on building this house, so we couldn't afford to have the ceremony sooner.
Of course I'll be there. I'm sure it'll be a nice wedding party. And on the day of the party, Tsubasa, congratulations to you and Ayaka-chan! Tsubasa, take good care of Ayaka. Ayaka, be happy.
Dad, we'll see each other every day at work, so you don't have to cry so much. Being able to marry Ayaka-chan, Tsubasa's a happy man.
My parents have been keeping the boss company, who has been crying non-stop since the party started. After the party, Ayaka and I got home. Ayaka, my life changed after I met you. Thank you. I tightly embraced Ayaka. There was no one at the party who looked down on me for being a construction worker. It's definitely wrong to judge people based on their occupation. I will proudly continue to work as a construction worker and build a happy family with Ayaka.